Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the third session of this chapter, Anatomy of Flowering Plants. We've covered two sessions before this, and up till now, what we have done are the entire classification of tissues we have covered, and secondly, what we are done with are the types of tissue systems, where we have three types of tissue systems, right? The ground tissue system, the vascular tissue system, and the epidermal tissue system. Now, in this session, what we are going to cover, that is the anatomy, the internal structure, right? Now, so जो chapter का actual crux है, that is anatomy, is going to be covered in this lecture. But a lot depends on how much you have grasped of the previous two lectures, right? That would form the base for this discussion, right? All the various types of tissues and the systems will come into play here, right? So a lot of terms that we're going to use here will be what we have tried to learn from the previous chapters, right? So please see to it that all that is done properly, right? We will start with the anatomy of the root, then we'll take up the anatomy of the leaf, and then finally go to the stem. What I am trying to do is first we'll take up the anatomy of the root, that is dicot root and monocot. Now, after having done that, I'll also try to bring the difference between the two so that it is easier for you to remember the points, right? So let's start. Yes, this is what the anatomy of the root looks like. Okay, you want me to go? No issues. There. Okay. So, what does the transverse section of a typical dicot root show us? Right now, we'll go from the periphery to the center. It shows us epiblemma. Sounds a little familiar. Right now, root में the epidermis we have learnt is called as epiblemma. Right, so this is the epiblemma, and some of the cells of the epiblemma will elongate and become the root hair, right? So that's the epiblemma. Now, just next to the epiblemma, below the epiblemma, we have the cortex. The green colored cells, if you see, they are the cells of the cortex. Again, they are made up of parenchymatous cells. Parenchymatous cells. Obviously, being parenchyma, they will have intercellular spaces, as you can see in the diagram. Moving beyond that, after the cortex, can you see this purple ring, the purple colored cells? Those are the endodermis. Endodermis. Now, please pay attention towards the structure of the endodermis. The innermost layer of cortex is endodermis, right? So, your textbook says it is the innermost layer of the cortex. Comprises of a single layer of barrel-shaped cells. So the individual cell ka shape is mentioned, it's a barrel without any intercellular spaces. So how you're going to differentiate it from the cells of the cortex? The cells of the cortex are parenchymatous with intercellular spaces. Yahan pe it is without intercellular spaces. The tangential as well as radial walls of the endodermal cells will have a deposition of water impermeable waxy material called as suberin. इसको underline कर देना please. Suberin. ये biomolecules में lipids में आएगा अपने लिए. In the form of Casparian strips. So the strip of suberin, right, is called as Casparian strip. Right. I can very well understand that you are looking a little perplexed that how will this look like. Okay, so let's look at a figure. ये देखो. Right now I've been keeping this as my front image for a very long time, but time to go into this image. I'll just zoom in a bit. Okay, that's it. Fine. So that's the epidermis. Can we see extensions, root hair? Yes. Then we have cells of the cortex. Okay. And here comes the endodermis. Now this is a section, please. This is a section. So you can see the cells of endodermis, barrel shaped cells. You can distinctly see the difference here. These cells here are circular. यहाँ का shape अलग दिख रहा है. These are called barrel shaped cells, and these are the red ones. If you see, ये ऊपर देख लो यहाँ पर. A cut section has been highlighted here also. So ये पूरा cell है. So can you see that बीच में एक लाल कलर का पट्टी है? That's the radial and tangential wall. Right? This red strip is nothing but Casparian strip. Now, what was mentioned about the Casparian strip? Right? ये देखो Casparian strip में क्या बोला? It is water impermeable waxy material called as suberin. Suberin. Now, where is it going to be helpful? ये देखो अभी. Now, have a look at this. Now, water being absorbed by the root hair, right? It has to ultimately reach xylem vessels, right? Ultimately उसको xylem पहुंचना है. ये देखो यहाँ पर this is obviously the section of a root, right? So what we are talking is a radial bundle. ये बीच में red ones if you see, and then the blue ones. That this is xylem, this is phloem. So ultimately the water has to reach the xylem. So see how it is following. The water taken apart by the root hair, epidermis से गया cortex के cell में. Now look at this particular path. Can you see that it is crossing the cells? Cell के अंदर से जा रहा है. Cell के अंदर से जा रहा है. Can you see these small gaps between the cells? A lot of you are asking me what is plasmodesmata, right? ना ये plasmodesmata से पास होते हुए जा रहा है. It is going through. Again, see, can you see it is going still through, and then going all through. जहां भी जा रहा है वो सेल के थ्रू जा रहा है, सेल के अंदर से जा रहा है, and it is passing through the protoplasm, यानी साइटोप्लाज्म वगैरह से होते हुए जा रहा है, and reaching the cells of the xylem. Now this pathway of water which is going through the cell is called as symplastic pathway. Right now, see the details of this will come in plant water. Right now, I'm just trying to give you a hint that Casparian strip कहाँ आएगा अभी. Look at the other way. Look at this pathway. Root hair से आ रहा है. Look at this pathway. Can you see it is going between the cells? It is not going through the cell. दो सेल के बीच में से जा रहा है अभी यहां से. अब सेल के बीच में जा रहा है. अब देखो एंडोडर्मिस के दो सेल के बीच में, कैन यू सी दैट कैस्पेरियन स्ट्रिप? इट इज वैक्सी इम्परमिएबल. इट विल नॉट अलाउ, लिपिड है वो, इट विल नॉट अलाउ द फ्लो ऑफ वाटर. So what does it do when it reaches the endodermis? Can you see that it changes its pathway and goes through the cell into the xylem now? This pathway is called as epoplast pathway. So water absorption के दो तरीके हैं, एक symplastic और एक epoplast pathway, right? So symplastic जो सेल के थ्रू जाता है, और एपोप्लास्ट जो सेल के बीच में, दो सेल के बीच में से जाता है, लेकिन कहां अटक जाता है? अटक जाता है एंडोडर्मिस पे, कैस्पेरियन स्ट्रिप की वजह से. इसलिए उसको रास्ता चेंज करना पड़ता है और थ्रू द सेल इट गोज नाउ, राइट? दिस इज वेयर द कैस्पेरियन स्ट्रिप विल कम इनटू रोल प्ले व्हेन यू स्टडी आगे, राइट? आई होप दिस डायग्राम इज अंडरस्टूड प्रॉपर्ली, राइट? सो ये एंडोडर्मिस वाला डिस्क्रिप्शन आई होप सबको समझ में आ गया होगा, राइट? उसके आगे क्या, राइट? लुक एट दिस, एंडोडर्मिस ये पर्पल वाला था. अब उसके अंदर कैन यू सी दिस पिंक कलर का सेल का रिंग? कैन यू देखिए पिंक कलर का इन द प्रीवियस सेल, प्रीवियस वन आई विल शो यू. ये देखो, कैन यू सी एंडोडर्मिस के नीचे दिस पेल येलो कलर और ऑरेंजिश येलो? यस, दैट्स द पेरिसाइकल. ये देखो पेरिसाइकल वो मार्क किया हुआ है. This ring is pericycle, right? I have told you in the previous lectures, pericycle is the boundary of the stele. Whatever is in the pericycle constitutes the stele, right? That will include your xylem, phloem, pith, right? Now, all these structures which will develop later on will constitute the stele. And what is the boundary of the stele? The pericycle, right? So, pericycle next to endodermis lies a few layers next to endodermis, endodermis के बिल्कुल बाजू में, right? Thick walled parenchymatous cell, again the nature is parenchyma. The initiation of lateral roots and vascular cambium, roots में पढ़ा था हमने, roots का endogenous है because the lateral roots are arising from the pericycle, right, during the secondary growth. Pith is small and inconspicuous, right? Pith is very small. You can see just above my head. You can see here this pith is very small, inconspicuous. Conjunctive tissue. Now, can you see this parenchymatous green colored cells between the xylem and phloem? ये yellow and blue patches are xylem phloem, right? उसके बीच में the patches are what are called as the conjunctive tissue. Now, the vascular bundle, obviously it goes without saying that root है तो the vascular bundle has to be radial vascular bundle, dicot हो या monocot, it has to be a radial bundle because the xylem and phloem are on different radiuses, right? So there are 2 to 4 xylem and phloem patches. I can see this. This is one patch of xylem phloem. This is a second patch, third patch, fourth patch, right? So we say it is a diarch to a tetrarch. A diarch to a tetrarch. Mind you, in the notes it might be mentioned that it is 2 to 6, but the NCERT mentioned it is 2 to 4. So we will stick to that. Later, a ring of cambium will develop between xylem and phloem. Obviously, the purpose is going to be secondary growth in the root. And the xylem is exarch, right? We have spoken about protoxylem and metaxylem, right? So when you say it is exarch, exarch का मतलब क्या होता है? Protoxylem towards the periphery, metaxylem towards the pith. यहाँ diagram में देखो, if you can see the diagram properly, ये देखो ऊपर, can you see छोटे वाले जो है वो protoxylem है, ये देखो कहाँ पे देखो, हाँ ये देखो, can you see the small ones are protoxylem towards the periphery and the bigger ones are the metaxylem, ये large, the vessels are large here, so they are towards the pith, right? So protoxylem बाहर exarch, characteristic of root, protoxylem अंदर endarch, characteristic of stem, ठीक है? And the stele is inside. All tissues on the inner side of the endodermis like pericycle, vascular bundle and pith will constitute the stele. That is what we had mentioned, right? So this is the structure of a dicot root, right? But what about a monocot root? Is it the same or different? Check it out. I'm obstructing again. Okay. ये देखो, it resembles that of a dicot root in its basic plan. Basic plan मतलब epidermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, stele, pith, बराबर ना? Basic plan same है, लेकिन it has more than 6 xylem bundles. Polyarch condition है, right? Look at this, xylem phloem का patch, xylem phloem का patch, xylem phloem, more than 6. So we say it's a polyarch condition. So what was the condition in a dicot root? It was a diarch to a tetrarch. Here it's a polyarch condition. Pith is large and well developed. ये देखो कि central pith कितना बड़ा है, right ना? अब भी हमने पीछे देखा था, ये देखो pith छोटा है यहाँ पर, right? So pith में भी difference है. Secondary growth is absent. Obviously monocot है तो there is not going to be any cambium. Cambium नहीं होगा यहाँ पर, ठीक है? So this is the structure of an internal structure, anatomy of a monocot root, ठीक है? As I said, we will try and bring some differences between them, right? So ये देखो, I have tried to bring 2 parts of the diagram and labeling also, so it's easier for you to understand. So the cortex in monocot, हाँ, I forgot to point that out to you. ये देखो cortex. Can you see monocot का cortex is very wide, and dicot का cortex, right now, comparatively थोड़ा सा कम है, right ना, थोड़ा narrow है थोड़ा सा. Endodermis में monocot में Casparian strip is only in the young root, and dicot में it is very prominent. Vascular bundle polyarch 2 to 4, we already pointed that. Conjunctive tissue in monocot is either parenchyma or sclerenchyma, whereas dicot में the conjunctive tissue is parenchyma. Cambium यहाँ पर absent है, यहाँ present होगा obviously. Pith large है, small है. Pericycle gives rise to lateral roots only in case of monocot, but dicot में along with lateral roots it also gives rise to the cork cambium and the vascular cambium, right? So I would really prefer if you can, maybe pause the video and make a note of this differentiation, please, right? If you have it written down in your NCERT somewhere, it will be useful to you when you are actually reading it from the NCERT, highlighting the differences also, right? So I hope the difference between a monocot root and a dicot root is very much clear to all of us, right? ठीक है. Now we go to that of a structure of anatomy of leaf. The structure difference between a dicot leaf and a monocot leaf, right? See, dicot monocot के बारे में एक point हम लोग ने पहले ही morphology में किया है, right ना? That a dicot leaf is called as dorsiventral क्योंकि उसका upper और lower surface का structure is different, and monocot का leaf is called isobilateral क्योंकि दोनों same है, right? वहां पर मैंने कुछ points highlight किए थे. Here let us talk about it in a little bit of detail, right? See, the diagram is there right in front above my head. Let's see. थोड़ा zoom करने को लगेगा तो I think I'll need to disappear for some time again. नहीं चलेगा थोड़ा सा, I think so. I'm obstructing. नहीं, we'll manage it. Okay. Now a dorsiventral leaf. So we're talking about a dicot leaf, dorsiventral, right? You should be very well aware. अगर dorsiventral mention कर रहे हैं तो it should be taken. It's understood that you should know it's a dicot leaf, please. It shows three parts when you take a section through the lamina: epidermis, mesophyll, and vascular system, right? ये देखो यहाँ पर. Can you see this structure? Epidermis, upper epidermis and lower epidermis. Whatever the cells between them are mesophyll, right? And we can see the xylem and phloem strands also, right? Let's see what's given. The epidermis, which covers the upper surface is called as the adaxial surface, and lower surface, which is called as abaxial surface, right? Now adaxial upar, abaxial niche, has a conspicuous cuticle. So there is, you can see this cuticle marked here, right? थोड़ा सा zoom in कर लूं मैं तो थोड़ा दिखेगा तुमको. Can you see epidermal cell के ऊपर एक layer है, थोड़ा सा greenish color का layer है यहाँ पर, right? That is the cuticle. We can find this below also. देखो दोनों mark किया हुआ है cuticle यहाँ पर, okay? ठीक है. The abaxial epidermis generally bears more stomata than the adaxial. Abaxial मतलब lower epidermis has got more stomata. Can you see presence of stomata here? एक मेरे पीछे भी है यहाँ पर, right? Relatively देखो यहाँ पे margin में एक भी stomata का opening नहीं दिख रहा है, right? So हो गया ना ये तुम्हारा lower structure, lower epidermis का structure different from upper epidermis का structure. That's why it's called as dorsiventral leaf, right? The latter may even lack stomata. It could be there that stomata might be absent completely in the adaxial upper surface. The tissue between the upper and lower epidermis is the mesophyll. Yes, we are talking about this entire mesophyll. Now look at this. Upper epidermis के नीचे, obviously ये पूरा chlorenchyma है, right? ना parenchyma with chloroplast, right? We are not talking about that, right? Parenchyma में already हमने discuss किया है what is chlorenchyma, right? अब जो अपर एपिडर्मिस के नीचे सेल्स है ना, इफ यू कैन सी दे, उनका शेप अलग है, इसका शेप अलग है, राइट? एंड अरेंजमेंट भी थोड़ा डिफरेंट है. सो मेसोफिल इज मेड अप ऑफ पैरेन्काइमा, टू टाइप्स ऑफ सेल्स, पैलिसाइड पैरेन्काइमा, स्पॉन्जी पैरेन्काइमा. द अडैक्शियली प्लेस्ड अपर साइड पे, ऊपर है देखो यहां पर, राइट? अडैक्शियली प्लेस्ड is made up of elongated cells. The cells are elongated here, which are arranged vertically parallel to each other. That is called as palisade parenchyma. This is the palisade parenchyma, right? The oval or round and loosely, look at the structure here. oval, round, loosely arranged. Can you see intercellular species बहुत ज़्यादा है यहाँ पे, very loosely arranged. Is called as a spongy parenchyma, situated below the palisade, extends to the lower epidermis, and there are numerous large spaces and air cavities between the cells, which is very distinct from the diagram. Right, please? So, what all you have in the structure? Right, structure में क्या क्या है अपने पास? एक upper epidermis है, lower epidermis है, and we have the mesophyll between these two epidermis. दोनों epidermis पे cuticle है, लेकिन lower epidermis पे the stomata is going to be more, right? Upper epidermis पे it is going to be relatively less, sometimes absent also. Mesophyll, two types, palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. ठीक है, mesophyll अपने को समझ में आया, please everybody? Yes. Vascular bundle, right, includes the obviously xylem phloem, which can be seen in the veins and the midrib. The size of the bundles are dependent on the size of the veins, but obvious. And the veins vary in thickness in the reticulate venation of the dicot leaves, right? It goes without saying that dicot hai to it has to be reticulate venation. The vascular bundles are surrounded by a layer of thick walled bundle sheath. क्या है भैया, ये देखो. Can you see this light brownish layer around the xylem and phloem? Blue में xylem है, yellow में phloem है, उसके ऊपर एक bright brownish covering है, bundle sheath. Right now, I am not going to talk about bundle sheath here. Right now, you'll be talking about bundle sheath when you do the process of photosynthesis. Right? Right? How a part of the process of photosynthesis, right, in certain plants is carried out in the bundle sheath cells. Right now, when you learn the C3 pathway, C4 pathway in photosynthesis, there you will study the significance of this bundle sheath cells. Right. So we've got the epidermis, upper lower, then we got the mesophyll, and third off we got the vascular bundle. अब ये dicot हो गया. Monocot में have a look at monocot, please. Isobilateral leaf, similar to that of dorsiventral, but the characteristic difference. Stomata are present on both the surfaces, right? Right? Differences may I'll show you. We'll use a very different term which sometimes appears in questions, right? Now, जब दोनों surfaces पे stomata है ना, उसको हम लोग बोलेंगे amphistomatic, right? और जब lower surface पे ज्यादा है तो उसको हम लोग बोलेंगे hypostomatic, right? So dorsiventral leaf में lower surface पे ज्यादा है तो हम लोग बोलेंगे it's a hypostomatic leaf. Isobilateral में दोनों तरफ ज्यादा है, दोनों तरफ बराबर है तो क्या बोलेंगे इसको? Amphistomatic. Amphi का मतलब, you know, amphibian we say. So right? So two, right? Now, so it is on both the surfaces. Mesophyll is not differentiated. Look at the mesophyll here. Not differentiated. No palisade. Only spongy here. Right now, no differentiation. In grasses, obviously grass monocots, certain adaxial upper surface along the veins modify themselves into large empty colorless cells. These are called buliform cells. Now these are cells which are not found in all the leaves but only in certain of them due to their adaptation. These are called, now when the buliform cells have absorbed water, पहले ये empty है, when they absorb water they become turgid, right? Turgid का मतलब होता है tight, right? When you fill water into a water balloon, right, up to its maximum capacity, can you see the tightness of that balloon? No, that's called turgidity. उसको turgid, the leaf surface is exposed, right? अब ये होता कैसा पता है क्या? अब ये actually leaf curled होता है. When the buliform cells they take up water, leaf surface exposed होता है. लेकिन whenever there is scarcity or shortage of water, the buliform cells will lose water, and because of that the cells become flaccid, loose हो जाएंगे, and as the result of which the leaf will curl, right? तो जितना surface area का availability कम हो जाएगा उतना transpiration का rate कम हो जाएगा. So in a way it is helping us to combat the scarcity of water, right? So when they are flaccid due to water stress का मतलब scarcity of water, they make the leaves curl inward to minimize the water loss. ठीक है? Are you clear, please? The role of the buliform cells. So you have practically all the structures. यहाँ पर भी adaxial है, abaxial है. You got the mesophyll, but the mesophyll is not differentiated into the palisade and spongy. यहाँ पर only spongy, no palisade here, right? And stomata are present equally on both the surfaces, right? So as we've done in case of root, we will also have a look at the structure or difference between the monocot leaf and the dicot leaf, right? देखो symmetry, isobilateral dorsiventral, स्टोमाटा डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एम्फीस्टोमैटिक, जैसे मैंने बताया था, राइट ना, एम्फीस्टोमैटिक, ये हाइपोस्टोमैटिक है ऑन द लोअर सरफेस. ब्यूलिफॉर्म सेल्स यूजुअली एब्सेंट इन द डाइकॉट लीफ एंड मोनोकॉट में इट इज प्रेजेंट. मीजोफिल अनडिफरेंशिएटेड, ओनली स्पॉन्जी. यहां पर टू टाइप्स, पैलिसाइड एंड स्पॉन्जी, राइट? ठीक है, समझ रहा है सबको बराबर से प्लीज, राइट ना? सो अब दो अपने स्ट्रक्चर्स हो गए. Right now, we've done the structure of the root and the structure of the leaf. We now move towards the structure of the stem. See, again, I'm repeating, this lecture is going to be a shorter lecture, but depends on how well you have understood the previous two topics. Right? Any lacunae in the previous two topics will not allow us to understand this lecture. Right? So please be careful. Chalo, let's move ahead. Dicot stem. Dicot stem. Time for me to go. No problem. Chalo. Transverse section of a dicot stem shows starting से, right? वो again अपना same periphery से पित्त तक, epidermis to पित्त का, right? रास्ता travel करेंगे हम लोग अभी. Epidermis, outermost protective layer of the stem. Outermost protective layer of the stem. Stem, stem, stem. Can you see this hair? What are the stem hair called as? They are known as trichomes. Trichomes, epidermal tissue system, right? Covered with a thin layer of cuticle, it may bear trichomes and a few stomata, right? Very few stomata can also be present on the epidermis of the stem. Then we come to cortex. अब यहाँ पे what they have done is they have divided the cortex into three layers, right? Just below the epidermis is the hypodermis, right? Yes, you should recollect the discussion of sclerenchyma and collenchyma now. राइट, हाइपोडर्मिस दोनों में आया था, राइट? डाइकॉट में हाइपोडर्मिस इज स्क्लेरेनकाइमेटस के मोनो, राइट ना? या चेक बैक, राइट? डन इट. ओके, सो आउटर हाइपोडर्मिस, अब कॉर्टेक्स को रेफर कर रहा है तो आउटर पार्ट ऑफ द कॉर्टेक्स, मिडिल पार्ट ऑफ द कॉर्टेक्स एंड द इनर पार्ट ऑफ द कॉर्टेक्स. सो द आउटर पार्ट ऑफ द कॉर्टेक्स इज हाइपोडर्मिस consisting of a few layers of collenchymatous cells. Dicot है ना, monocot में sclerenchyma. Just below the epidermis, providing mechanical strength. Obviously, collenchyma है, it is a living mechanical tissue providing mechanical strength. Middle cortex layers. Now ये proper cortex है, consisting of rounded, thin-walled parenchymatous cells. Right ना? Please देखो मेरा statement याद है तुम लोगों को? When in doubt, parenchyma. Parenchyma सब जगह पे present है. With conspicuous intercellular spaces, goes without saying, parenchyma है तो intercellular space होना ही चाहिए. And the innermost is called as the endodermis. So अब यहाँ पर cortex is divided into three layers. What are the three layers of the cortex? Yes, please. What are the three layers of the cortex? Hypodermis. Hypodermis के नीचे proper cortex और उसके नीचे endodermis. Endodermis are cells which are rich in starch grains, and the layer is also called as the starch sheath, right? So epidermis हो गया, cortex हो गया, right? Move ahead. Pericycle, मैंने डायग्राम थोड़ा सा चेंज कर दिया, ये तुम्हारा एनसीईआरटी का डायग्राम है। पेरिसाइकिल इज प्रेजेंट ऑन द इनर साइड ऑफ द एंडोडर्मिस, ये रहा एंडोडर्मिस, एंडोडर्मिस राइट ना, उसके अंदर पेरिसाइकिल है। एंड अबाउ द फ्लोएम, लुक एट द फ्लोएम, अबाउ द फ्लोएम in the form of semilunar patches of sclerenchyma. So your pericycle is made up of sclerenchyma. Medullary rays are few layers of radially placed parenchymatous cells in between the vascular bundles. In between the vascular bundles. यहाँ पर डायग्राम में अपने को नहीं दिखेगा, नेक्स्ट टाइम जो डायग्राम आएगा एनाटॉमी में सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ में, उसमें आई ट्राई टू शो यू द पोजीशन ऑफ मेडुलरी रेज ऑल्सो। वैस्कुलर बंडल्स आर अरेंज्ड इन अ रिंग। ये पीछे वाले में दिखेगा तुमको, ये देखो, कैन वी सी दिस एंटायर इनर रिंग लाइक स्ट्रक्चर, दीज कोनिकल स्ट्रक्चर्स। सो ये थोड़ा जूम इन करते हैं, नो हार्म इन दैट। ये देखो, कैन यू सी दिस पर्पलिश डॉटेड पैच एंड द रेडिश पार्ट एंड द ग्रीन पैच इन बिटवीन, राइट ना। ये देखो, दिस इज एन एंटायर वैस्कुलर बंडल विथ द xylem inside, phloem outside, both xylem and phloem on the same radius, so it is conjoint. Xylem अंदर है, phloem बाहर है, मतलब it is collateral with cambium का strip in between, that means it is open bundle. So whenever you are asked that dicot stem में what is the nature of the vascular bundle, you are supposed to reply that it is conjoint, collateral and open bundle. राइट, ऑब्वियसली मोनोकॉट में कैम्बियम एब्सेंट रह जाएगा, तो वहां पर क्या हो जाएगा, कंजॉइंट, कोलैटरल एंड क्लोज्ड, राइट। सो व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इज द अरेंजमेंट ऑफ वैस्कुलर बंडल इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ रिंग हियर। आई होप दैट रिंग इज वेरी क्लियर प्लीज। ईच बंडल इज कंजॉइंट, ओपन, राइट ना, ओपन है, राइट, एंड विथ एंडार्च प्रोटोजाइलम, end arch protoxylem. So what's an end arch now? Protoxylem, protoxylem is towards the pith, अंदर की तरफ है। Look at this, can you see protoxylem के vessels बहुत छोटे छोटे हैं, metaxylem के बड़े बड़े हैं, right ना। So you should know protoxylem, metaxylem, right। Protoxylem, metaxylem is going to play a very vital role in our next lecture, secondary growth के अंदर, right। So please get your concepts cleared if you have not understood. The protoxylem inside, you can see clearly, see protoxylem is inside here, so it's an end arch protoxylem. और उसके आगे है pith, large number of rounded parenchymatous cells with large intercellular spaces. Large intercellular spaces मतलब हो गया तुम्हारा parenchyma, right। So quickly run through the structure of dicot. Epidermis है with trichomes, उसके नीचे cortex, cortex divided into 3 parts, right ना। So ये epidermis है, cortex 3 parts, hypodermis, डाइकॉट है इसलिए कॉलनकाइमा, उसके नीचे कॉर्टेक्स सेल्स पैरेनकाइमा, उसके नीचे एंडोडर्मिस स्टार्च शीट, उसके नीचे आएगा तुम्हारा पेरिसाइकिल, राइट, पेरिसाइकिल स्क्लेरेनकाइमा, फिर मेडुलरी रेस पैरेनकाइमा, फिर वैस्कुलर बंडल, इट इज अरेंज्ड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ रिंग, कंजॉइंट है, कोलैटरल है, ओपन है, राइट। और प्रोटोजाइलम कैसा है उसका, इट्स अ एंड आर्च, और उसके एंड में आएगा पिथ, ठीक है। दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अ डाइकॉट स्टेम। मोनोकॉट स्टेम, ओहो ये तो काया पलट एकदम, ये देखो डाइकॉट, ये देखो मोनोकॉट, एकदम काया पलट है ये तो। मोनोकॉट हैज अ हाइपोडर्मिस मेड अप ऑफ स्क्लेरेनकाइमेटस सेल। भाई एपिडर्मिस है लेकिन ऊपर से थोड़ा सा गायब है, टकला है थोड़ा सा, नो एपिडर्मल हेयर हियर, राइट ना। So trichomes are absent in monocot stem. Vascular bundle scattered, I can see this, no ring form, all scattered haywire, किधर जिधर भी है देखो, पित्त गायब हो गया, पित्त is gone, right, scattered and in large number, each surrounded by a sclerenchymatous bundle sheath, large conspicuous parenchymatous ground tissue. ये बीच में जो टिश्यू ग्रीन कलर का दिख रहा है वो parenchymatous ground tissue. Vascular bundles conjoined, closed, obviously. Peripheral vascular bundles are generally smaller than the centrally located bundles. ये देखो यहाँ पर peripheral bundle छोटा है और बीच में जो है they are a little larger. Phloem parenchyma absent है, already वो differentiation हमने phloem में किया है. Phloem parenchyma is absent in monocots and water containing cavities are present within the vascular bundles, right ना. अब notes में यही water cavity containing cavities का नाम दिया है lysigenous cavities, right? Lysigenous cavities, they have given the name, right? So those are the same which have been mentioned in the NCERT as only water containing cavities within the vascular bundles, right? I hope the difference between the dicot and monocot stem has been understood, right? I will bring out the difference. Okay, इसमें hypodermis sclerenchymatous ये तो हो गया अपना. Okay. हाँ, I just wanted to bring NCERT का diagram here. Yes, that's why I was wondering ये कहाँ से आ गया. Epidermis है, hypodermis is there, vascular bundles, phloem, xylem and ground tissue. ये देखो ground tissue यहाँ पर. Okay. Now this is the difference. I really need to move. Epidermis में trichomes are absent. देखो यहाँ पे trichomes नहीं है. Trichomes are present here, multicellular. Hypodermis, sclerenchyma, collenchyma. Ground tissue यहाँ पर monocot में no differentiation, scattered था ना bundle. यहाँ पर cortex, endodermis, pericycle पित्त बराबर है. monocot में कुछ भी नहीं था. एंडोडर्मिस यहाँ पर एब्सेंट है, यहाँ पे स्टार्च शीथ है. पेरिसाइकल एब्सेंट है, यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट है डाइकॉट में. स्क्लेरेनकाइमेटस है, पेरिसाइकल. मेडुलरी रेज एब्सेंट है, यहाँ पर पैरेनकाइमेटस है. यहाँ पित्त एब्सेंट है, यहाँ पे सेंट्रल लार्ज पैरेनकाइमेटस है. वैस्कुलर बंडल्स कंजॉइंट कोलैटरल क्लोज्ड, यहाँ पर रिंग फॉर्म है, कंजॉइंट कोलैटरल और बाइकोलैटरल, इट कैन बी ओपन आल्सो. फ्लोएम पैरेनकाइमा एब्सेंट है यहाँ पर, यहाँ फ्लोएम का प्रेजेंट है. यहाँ सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ ऑब्वियसली कैम्बियम नहीं है तो सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ कैसे होगा. इट इज एब्सेंट एंड इट इज present in this case, right now. I hope you please make a note of the differences between the dicot and the monocot structures. Right now, I'll be sending across the PDF for this also. So even if you want, you can take a printout along with the diagram and the differentiation also. यहाँ diagram में can you see, थोड़ा सा zoom करते हैं. ये रिंग फॉर्म दिख रहा है बराबर से, देखो प्लीज एवरीबॉडी. ये देखो जाइलम अंदर की तरफ है, राइट ना. फ्लोएम जो है वो बाहर की तरफ है, मतलब ये रिंग एक ही, इट्स अ कंजॉइंट थिंग. ठीक है, क्लियर प्लीज. सो दिस इज अ रिंग फॉर्म एंड दीज आर स्कैटर्ड बंडल्स, राइट प्लीज. I hope the three structures are very much clear to everybody, and the differentiations are also very much clear to everybody, right? So we have finished now the third part of the discussion of our chapter, right? The first part was what are tissues, the second part were the tissue systems, third part we discussed what are the anatomies of the dicot and the monocot, root, stem and leaf, along with their differentiation. The next session is going to be very crucial, थोड़ा सा confusing and a little difficult, right? ज़्यादा नहीं, थोड़ा सा, right? How does secondary growth occur in the plant, right? Now, obviously, secondary growth cannot occur in a leaf, so we will have to only look at root and stem ka secondary growth, right? Thank you all. Thank you so much.